Notion is a productivity and note-taking web application offering many organizational tools including tasks management, project tracking, to-do lists, bookmarking, and many more. Additional offline features are offered by desktop and mobile applications available for Windows and Mac operating systems. The platform is designed to help members of companies or organizations coordinate deadlines, objectives, and assignments for greater efficiency and productivity. In this tutorial, we start with the basics of how to download and access the software both on the web and on the desktop. We describe how to create a page and how to insert blogs, and then advance to databases and collaborating with others. By the end of this video, you will have a solid understanding of how to use Notion. So without taking much of our time, let's get started. Alright, so the first thing is to learn how to get Notion for your computer. You can get it online and you can get it as a software standalone application on your computer. So to get Notion online, you can just come to your browser and search Google, and then you can just go ahead and search Notion, and you can see it over here, notion.so, one workspace for everything. Yeah, so you just click on it. There are a lot of things you should know about Notion. It's a very easy to use platform that you can arrange your to-do lists, okay, your daily tasks, and even go ahead to prepare some templates that you can use on your own, or you can use templates that are available on Notion, or you can use it to do all sort of collaborative engagements with your colleagues. You can do that with Notion and many more things. So in this tutorial, I'm going to take you through the most basic tasks, things you can do with Notion for you to improve your productivity when it comes to your daily tasks. To start with, let me share with you the pricing of Notion. So there are a bunch of pricing. Okay, there are different types of pricing when it comes to Notion. We have free, we have plus, we have business, and we have enterprise with all their different pricing. If you want to go for enterprise, you have to contact the salesperson and they will tell you how much you need to pay. But for this tutorial, for this tutorial, we are going to look at the free version of Notion. And believe you me, you can do quite a lot with the free version. So you can invite up to 10 people, and the only limitations to it is that you can upload files up to 5 megabytes. So if you have a picture or a video that you want to link up and you think like it's more than 5 megabytes, then you have to try to reduce the size and make it less than 5 megabytes. And it's very easy to carry on. And then another limitations to it is you can collaborate or you can work together with up to 10 people only. When it is above 10 people, you have to go for the plus version or the business version as you may wish. But for starters, for people who just want to start with small businesses, I think the free version can do a lot and you can go quite a long way with it. One very good thing about Notion, the free version, is that you can upscale at any given point to move to the higher version, which is the plus or the business version. Okay? You can start with your personal or the free version, but then you can move subsequently to the higher versions as you improve or as you grow in your business. For today, we can just come to the free version and click on Get Started. And it will be prompted to this very platform. Here you can sign in with your email and password if you have any, if you have signed up before. If you have not signed up, you can go ahead and use your Google account. You can use your Google account, or you can use your Apple ID as well to log in and sign up to this very platform. But for today, I'm going to use one of my Google accounts. Let me sign in. I'll meet you on the other side. Now you have three options when you want to start using Notion. You can use it for your team, you can use it for personal use, and you can use it for school, whichever one you want. But for a start, for a small business, and for someone who is using the free version of it, I recommend you can go for the personal use. Okay, write better, think more clearly, stay organized. So you can go with the personal version. Mind you, by selecting personal doesn't mean you cannot invite team members to work together with them, or doesn't mean you cannot upscale and increase the number of collaborators that you have here. You can do all that as you grow in your business. So to start, let's go with personal use. We select it and then we can just go ahead and click on continue. Now you can tell us more about yourself. We'll customize your Notion experience based on your choice. These are some very basic questions you can answer. What kind of work do you do? For example, you can also say, I can just select anything. For example, I can say engineering, and you can say, what's your role? I'm using Notion just for myself, for example, and then what are you planning to do with a Notion? You can say document editing and sharing, no, wiki, knowledge base, okay, comparing goals, personal role, note taking. Okay, so I want to use it for this as my personal note taking app. So you can just select this, and all these you will be able to, they can help you, or they can help them organize your notes, your Notion platform for you. But if you don't want to select all this, you can go ahead and skip it and start afresh from a generic point of view. But for now, let's go with this small selection. You can choose accordingly as you so wish. All right, so this prompts us to the first page, which is the welcoming page, which is the starting page. So this is the main Notion platform. So over here, before we start, let me take you through the overall general overview of the platform. The first thing you see here to the left is called the sidebar. So this is the sidebar, and this is where you manage all your workspaces in Notion. So at the top of it here, you have the Epic Digital Academy, which is your name, where you have your name. Once you click on it, you have a number of other things. For example, you can add an account. You can create a work account if you want to link it to your school, or you can log out from here directly, or you can get the Mac application to work independently on your Mac system as an independent application. And there are some advantages to this. The first one is you will not get distracted by other tabs that you are opening when you are working on the browser, and then you will get some specific updates and app notifications when you work on the application directly on your computer. So if you click on this, you'll be able to have access to all this, and you can have access to other series of things like the search bar, the updates, and the settings that I will show you in detail what are all these and what you can use them for. And then you have other pages that templates that you have by this side over here. You have the getting started, which you can also customize to your liking. There are a number of things that Notion has put for you to just get started to start using Notion. For example, you have these to-dos. These are just some basic to-dos. You can select on any to have it striped. You can check out these toggle lists to have many more lists below it, and you can have links attached to all this. This is the getting started page. You can do many other things. For example, you can add an icon over here. This is the default icon. You can select another icon if you have from the list of icons that you have over here. You can check on emojis. You can go ahead and search for icons directly. You can have icons. You can just select on any. Or if you have custom icon, you can just select and you can upload your icon. Usually it has to be of this size before it can get uploaded, and it will maintain this dimension. For now, you can go with any icon of your choice. You can go with any. You want to choose from this list, you can go ahead and choose depending on what you're working on or what message you're trying to create. So let's say we can go with something like this. If you're talking about something like sport, you can just select on any, and you can just go with something like this. So you can, this is this. And then you can add cover. Okay, you can select to add a cover. By just selecting add a cover, the default cover comes up, and you can go ahead and reposition or try to change it. Later I will show you in detail how to add cover to your pages and do many other things. And then back to the sidebar, you can have quick notes. If you want to have quick notes, you can see how they are being arranged. You can just easily create your notes with some heading ones and other details. You can add quick notes, just mere text. You can add to-do lists, and you can strike them as you work with them. You can have personal home. If you want to arrange your things, movie lists. You can have recipes, yearly goals. You can just go ahead and customize all these to your liking. So which anyone you click, these are pages. They will link you up to other pages containing the details of it. So these are templates. Okay, you can work with templates. You can always come back to the personal home, and you can check on yearly goals. These are your yearly goals. For example, you can keep adding the list continuously as you move down. Then you'll come back to personal home and check out your travel plans, where you intend to visit this year or next year, or what are your plans. You can see calendar, you can see booked, and you can see whatever you want to add. You can go ahead and add it directly over here. These are customized. These are templates that you can easily bring into your workspace and just add them directly. And then you have some tasks lists. These are templates. You have to do, you have doing, you have done. You can classify your tasks according to these lists. And then you can go ahead and customize your task list. You can check the board view, or you can check other views as well. You can check and edit the view to another view if you want. But you can put in your tasks. You can add any tasks of your choice. You can go ahead and add any doing tasks, and you can move them across. A task that you are working on, if you are done, you can move it around, or if you are doing it, you can move it to here, or you are done, you can just move it down here directly. You can add any kind of status, and you can move them around. If by accident you move something, you can always push it back to where you started. And then you have journal. You can write anything down. Okay, these are pages. You can go ahead and link them up, add more, or check out just another day. You can just click. This is just for some other details. You can see, you can customize, check, edit, and add lists to all these for what you are working on. And you can always check on other things. These are different entries that you can easily customize to your liking according to how you want it. Then you have the reading list. If you have reading lists, you can always update over here, and you have the details, type of article, status, and score. You can put in all that, the author, you can have completed or under review, and then you can have links to all of those books or articles that you have. You can link them up over here. So with just a simple click, it will take you to that particular book or journal that you are reading. And possibly you can check out, you can create a team space if you want to work collaboratively with others. Like I've explained earlier, you have the provision to work with up to 10 people in Notion, your free trial. And then you have templates. You can come over to the templates and you have access to all this that we've just explained. To-do list, you can see sample of them. Project tasks, you can see sample of project tasks, what you need to accomplish, how you can arrange your project in terms of the progress. You can be able to see projects that are active or tasks that are active, and those that you have not started, those that you've completed. You'll be able to identify all of them directly from this very platform. And then you can get, once you identify a template that you like, you can just go ahead and get the template, and you can add it to your own workspace, give it a name, customize it however you want it, and then work with it directly. So these are projects, tasks, and sprints. You can check out all these, and if you like any of them, go ahead and customize. You have meetings. If you have any meetings, mine and calendar, you can check on all these and created by attendees. You can add all that, and you'll be able to link up, tag people to work on the same document or to attend the meetings. You can have documents that you can be working with. You can edit documents, and you can edit together with your 2 members as well. If you just like any of them, you can just go ahead and click to get the template and go ahead and start working on it. These are engineering things that I've just explained to you because my focus on this, I've specified it to be engineering based, so that's why these engineering things are popping up. Then you have life, reading list, habit tracker, simple budget. You can see quite a lot of them, and you can have 9 more templates that you can check around. You can see mood board, blog posts, and you can just go ahead, select on any. If you like the content, if you like the arrangement, you can just go ahead, get the templates and customize it to your liking. These are blog posts. Okay, you can just easily get it and customize, edit to your liking, and then you can go ahead and start using it. So Notion is quite interesting. You can do the same thing in very different ways. You can have marketing, you can have design. You just go ahead and just check human resource. You can see all these sales. You can see sales wiki, sales asset. You just go ahead and check out the platforms, the templates that they have. Sometimes you may not need to reproduce something. Once you have certainty into what you are looking for, you may find it as a template. So it becomes very easy for you to kind of edit it or customize it to your own like. These are students templates. You can have student dashboard. If you want to have your own dashboard customized, you can just go ahead, have a look at the dashboard. These are courses that you're working on, Math U8, 121. You can arrange your courses accordingly, put in all your details, your course contents, your lecture notes. You can put all of them over here, calculus, and then you have the to-dos. You can have the progresses of all the essays. You can have the progress clubs that your membership are. You can see all of them, and you can check out the details. Okay, so these are to-dos. You have 5 in progress, you have 2, and then completed, you have 4. You'll be able to see which ones you are working on, which ones is already completed, and all that. Class notes. You'll be able to customize all these to make them appropriate to your own liking. Okay, so you can click to just customize anything by just coming here to click on get templates. So these are templates. They are all templates that you can easily customize and work on your own. And let's get back to the sidebar. And then you have the import. You can import different kind of Word documents, HTML documents, and these are trash. Okay, trash is just the place where you find all the deleted items. Over here, you have the it will tell you how much edited the last time you've edited a template or the last time you make an edit to your document within Notion. Okay, and you can share the document with people. You can just add people, add their email address, and just invite them, or you can share on the web where you can publish links by just enabling this. So you can share from here, and then you'll be able to view all updates that you've made with this very icon. You'll be able to view all the updates that you've made to this document or to a particular to the entire Notion. You can see your updates over here, and you can refer back to any of the updates. You can go back to any of the updates if you so wish. And then you can start a given action or a given page from here, and you can always find it in the start menu. And you can have these 3 dots at any given point. You can come to these 3 dots and you can be able to move this particular page that you're working on. You can move it to somewhere, or you can lock it, add to favorite, and you can copy the link and link it up to somewhere within another page, or you can duplicate it, or you can open it in Mac app if you want. You can always do that from here. You can undo certain things, or you can check out the page history. You can check out page analytics and show deleted pages. You can export this particular page in PDF, in HTML, or any other format that you are targeting. Or you can merge this to a CSV or an Excel sheet. You can do that also from here. This is just the general overview of the platform. So that does it for this tutorial. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Before we go into creating a page, let me show you how to download the application, the Notion application, and use it offline on your computer. Download and install it and use it offline as an application or standalone application on your computer. Okay, so to get that, you can come to your name over here. You can just come to Epic Digital Academy over here. Like I've explained. You can say get the Mac app, and you just click on it. Because I'm on Mac operating system, that's why I will have to get the Mac version. Okay, so you have the option to download for Mac, and you have the option to download for Windows. So depending on which one you are working on, you can have Notion for Mac and Notion for Windows. For my own case, it's Notion for Mac, so I click on download, and you can specify which of the processors you're working on. Is it an Apple Silicon or Intel processor? In my own case, I'm using Intel processor, so you can just go ahead and select. So you download it, you can just go ahead and install it. And after installing the Notion for Mac, come all the way to your Launchpad and you just click, and you can search for Notion. You can see it over here, Notion. You just click and you'll be brought into this very platform. And one thing you should pay attention to is that whatever you do over here is going to be updated browser version. So but this is standalone. You can always work on it on your computer, and you can work from anywhere. Like I said, one of the advantages is minimum distraction from the other tabs that you have open on your browser. And then you have application updates and notifications that can come specifically for the standalone software. Basically, this is how to download and install the Notion application for Mac. I think that does it for this tutorial. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one. Alright, so the next thing is we will learn how to create a page completely from scratch using Notion. So you can work with pages that you have as templates like I've explained, or you can create a very fresh page by coming to add a page over here, or you can come to new page over here down here. One thing with Notion is you can do the same thing using very different ways. So you can say add a page, or you can come to a new page, and then you can give it a title. Then you can go ahead and give your page a title. For example, in my own case, I want to design a page for my club, Toastmasters Club, Kinta Valley Toastmasters Club. So you can go ahead and use from templates, or you want an empty page with icon, you can go ahead, or you can an empty page if you want an empty page. Or if you want a template, you can go ahead and work with templates, or you can import something. You can import a page, or you can import a media. You can go ahead and do all that from here. You can add tables, you can have boards, you can have lists, and you can add timelines and calendar and gallery and many more things. Okay, but for now, I want to just add this. And as you hover over this title, you will be able to see add an icon. So you can add an icon, and you can add a cover, you can add comments. So for now, let's add an icon. You can just click on this, and this is the first default icon that comes in, but this doesn't represent what I want to work with. So I can go ahead and choose from the list of items that I have from emojis if I want, or you can check on the different icons also from here if you want to choose from any of them, or you can use custom icon. What I use mostly is the custom icon, and if you want to choose from custom, it's recommended that the dimension that you're going to use should be 280 by 280 pixels. You can get that from other platforms like Canva, or if you are using Photoshop to design your icon, you can get that also from here. You can easily customize and get it. Another key restriction is that your uploads, you have to remember it must not be more than 5 megabytes. So if you want to do custom, you can just go ahead and upload the logo that you have or the icon that you have. In my own case, I have a logo that I've prepared for my Toastmasters Club. Let me show you basically where it is. So I have a logo that I have just prepared. You can see it over here. I have this logo, Toastmasters International. I got the dimension from Canva, and I have this small banner that I want to add. Maybe later I will show you how to add the banner, but I have these two media just to support my own page creation. You can just go ahead and do the same thing on your own as well if you want. If you want to create that same platform, you can come to, if you want to create that same icon, you can come to canva.com and you can go ahead and select anything. I've made a complete video on how to use Canva platform. I'll put the link in the description if you want to learn about it. You can come ahead and go ahead and say custom size. You can just go ahead and put the width and the height, like we've just, it's 280 by 280, the one that we just created, pixels. So you can just go ahead and specify, and you can see it over here. This is the icon size. So you can just go ahead and import whatever you have. In my own case, I've uploaded the Toastmaster logo. You can just drag and drop it, and then I can customize it. I can just drag it to fill up the spaces, so I can just make sure I have everything intact. So you can just centralize it, and I have my logo set up everything as my own icon, so I can just go ahead and download it. That's what I have I just did. In the other second case, I just go ahead and proceeded and just select a banner, which I just customize and just give the name Intervalley Toastmasters Club. And then I just added this image, which you can add from images as well. You can just go ahead from your elements. You can just type public speaking. You can just search public speaking, and you can just go ahead and search for photos. You can search for it directly. And the picture I used, you can see it over here. Just drag it and drop it is what I just did. And you fill up this space and just put in everything here, and you just go ahead and download. And that's what I did. So I have my own icon. So I will just go ahead and upload it. Just select upload file and come over here. Navigate to wherever I have it saved. I have it here. You can see TM logo. You can just select it, and you can see it uploading right now. Okay, so right now it has uploaded my icon. You can see it's very well professionally done. Toastmasters International. You can see how the sizing fits perfectly. Next, I want to add a cover. You can just click and add a cover. You can see by default it added the cover that is available, but then I don't want to use this cover because what I want to do, the page I'm designing is related to public speaking, and this page is not related to public speaking at all. So I can change the cover from here. You can just go ahead and select from the color gradient that we have over here, or you can check out others. You can check out from the series of pictures that you see over here, the one that you think fits to what you have or what you are trying to do. You can just go ahead and select it. Or if you have a particular link that you want to link up, you can select that link, and that image will be brought in over here. Or you can check on Splash. Splash is a very free to use platform that you have royalty free images that you can easily use. You can search also from here public speaking, or you can choose from any of the images that you have. For example, you can choose from any one of them, okay, and just go ahead and just upload. Assuming you want to take something like this, and I think it can make some sense if you try to adjust. And you can see it's been added, and this is somehow related to public speaking. But then you have to reposition the image so that you can have the image of the speaker, something like this. I think here is a bit better so you can see the audience. I think this is kind of looks powerful and nice. But then if this is not what you want, you can save the position after you reposition it accordingly, or you can cancel, and then you can change the cover. In my own case, I don't want to use Unsplash. I want to upload. I have another prepared background that I have just prepared banner that I have just prepared. So you can just go ahead and upload it. You can say this is the banner that I have just prepared. You can just select OK, and you can see it over here. It is being uploaded. Alright, so you can see it being uploaded. You can reposition by clicking on reposition, and you can just readjust so you have everywhere captured. This is public speaking, like I said, and it can fit in perfectly just like so. So once you have it set to the exact direction that you want, you can just go ahead and save position, and you can move on to continue with other things. So right now we've just done the banner, and then we've added an icon, and I think this is looking much more better and professional. So you can go ahead, and if you want, you can start from template like I've explained, or you can start from an empty page with an icon. So you can go ahead and say, let's start with an empty page and customize them accordingly. So whatever we have. So one thing you should pay attention to in Notion is you can go ahead and click on this plot sign if you want to add a block. can click here and you have the option to add the block by just navigating. You can see all sort of blocks from text to pages to to-do lists to headings, heading 1, heading 2, heading 3. And one very good thing about Notion is that you will be able at any given point to see the preview of what you're trying to add on the other side. Okay, so like text, if we talk about text, you will see the preview on the side over here. As you hover over it, you can see pages. If we talk about page, you'll be able to see the content of a simple page. You can embed a page. Talk about to-do lists, you'll be able to see and you can check off to-do lists, and then you can see how you can arrange them. Just have to see a sample of it. And heading 1, you can see heading 1, heading 2, what it means and the sizes. Okay, the preview. Heading 3, this is how heading 3 is going to be. You can have tables and you can have bulleted lists, numbered lists, and you can have toggles as well. And you can have quotes also if you want to add a quote. And then you can have link page, link to a page, call out images. You can invite or you can insert images at any given point, videos, webmark, audio. You can see a number of features and that you can easily bring into your page. So you can check out the table view, board view. You can check out all these as databases. Later we'll talk about in detail how to add database and some of these key features. So for now, if you want to get to it, you can check it from the plus side, or you can use the / command to be able to have access to all that as well. So you can click on the / on your computer and you'll be able to have access to all of those features that we just highlighted. So you can just go ahead and select any. So for now, let's say we want to talk about Kintabali Toastmasters Club, or we want to add a simple text over here. So you can click to add text. Welcome to Kintabali Toastmasters Club. We do conduct our meetings on the 1st and 3rd Thursdays of every month. Okay, so the next one, we can hit and enter. And if you want to add another thing, you can just click on the / and you can add something. So let's say we want to add a heading 1, for example, meeting dates for February and March. For the month of February and March, you can add the meeting dates. So down here, you can have some to-do lists. For example, we can situate them in to-do form. So you can just click on the / again, and then you can add to-dos. The first one might be, it's the 2nd, like I've explained, 2nd of February, 2023. And then when you hit on enter, it will give you another to-do list. So before then, maybe we can separate and have the March and then the February and then the March list separate. So we can press on the / and we can add the heading 2. For example, you want to add, this is the February meeting, and then you have this first one, and then you can add another one, usually 2nd and then 16th. The next one is we can hit and enter, and because we don't want to, we have 2 meetings a month. Next, we can add the February meeting. So we can just go ahead, click on the / and then say heading 2 as well. And then we can say March meeting, hit on enter, and then we can add the to-do lists. So this one is going to be on the 2nd of March as well. And then we have another one on 16th of March. All right, so this does it for the 2 meetings. Okay, we have 2 meetings, and then we can go ahead and say we want to add another thing. For example, the next one can be something like, so the next one we can add something like meeting roles explained. So in any Toastmasters meeting, we have role players. Okay, the roles are very basic and they have explanations. So I want to add in the very basic roles and how we can and how they are being explained over here. So let's say we have to add another heading 2. So we click on the / and then you can go ahead and add heading 2. So let's call this meeting roles explained. And then you can come down over here and then we can add the roles. So the first one is we may add simple to-dos. We may have the option to add to-dos, or we will add lists. Okay, you can put them in lists. So you can go ahead and click the / and you can have list view. You can add them in lists, or you can add them in toggles. For example, you can add the timer, you can have the Toastmaster, you can have the ad counter, and then we can have the table topics master, and then we can have the table topics, and then we have the general evaluator. These are toggles. So under the timer, under any role, you can click on any of the roles, and once you click on anything you have the option to put in all of these. You can check out the toggle list. You can check and change it. If you don't want it to be a toggle list, you can change it to be a page, or you can change it to be a text, or you can change it to be normal heading or 2 columns. You can make it as you so wish, or you can go ahead and link it to a page. For example, this timer, I may want to add a link to it. Maybe once you click on this, you'll be able to be linked outside of this. Maybe there's a link explaining the role of the timer. Or if you want to add a comment, you're working with a team, you want to add a comment for someone to be able to add something, some details to this, you can add a comment. You can bold this, you can italize, you can underline. These are very basic text features that you can add. You can serve this as a code. You can write an equation to it. You can create an equation with this. You can check out the different kind of coloration. You can add different color to this. And you can go ahead and tag people from here. You can mention a person directly with this @ sign, or you can come to these 3 dots and have other different features also that you can add from here. You can delete, you can duplicate, you can turn into something, turn it into a quote, turn it into a text, or you can turn it into a page within these very sub pages. You can copy the link to a blog, or you can move this particular text to somewhere. You can just go ahead and move it to another page or to another content. You can put a comment like we've explained, or you can add colors depending on what you want. And basically for the timing role, you can just click on the small toggle, and you may want to put the timing detail over here. So what does the timer do? Okay, so basically the timer, what it does is you can just click and put in this text. One of the skills of Toastmasters practice is expressing a thought within a specific time. The timer is responsible for monitoring time for each meeting segment. As timer, you have other things, but then if you want to see more details on this, you can go ahead and click on something, or click on the timer. But this is just basic, so this is very basic about the timer. So you can click on the toggle and you may not see anything. So if you click over here, you'll be able to see the details of a timer. And let's check out the details. Let's add the details of an hour counter as well. Okay, so as the hour counter, here is your role. Okay, the hour counter position is to note any overused words or filler sounds, such as the crutch sound, such as a crutch by anyone who speaks during the meeting. Words may be inappropriate interjunctions, such as and, well, but, so, and something like that. So these are just very basic roles. You can see all of them, and you can this is just to show you how to use a toggle feature. Okay, so you can toggle this. So you have 2 features that you've just added. You can add all the description of all the other features accordingly. And if you want to make anyone to serve as a link, you can just select it. You can go ahead and link it to something. For example, the role of a general evaluator, we can link it up to a link that you can click to go to within the Toastmasters website. So we'll click on link, and we can just add the page, select it, click on link, and you can paste in the page. Okay, so assuming this is the page, we hit on enter, and this goes to that particular page. So anytime you click on this, it's going to take you to the page explaining the role of a general evaluator in a Toastmasters meeting. So this is taking you outside of our page, now into the Toastmasters page. You can see the general evaluator, you can see the roles over here, and this brought us directly from the page that we're working on. So this is the role of a general evaluator. All right, so these are the pages, these are the roles, the role players. The next that we may add, and mind you, if you hover over any of the tasks that you've added, you can move them accordingly. You can interchange position from these 6 dots, for example. You can just click and move them accordingly. You can change position by just coming to the 6 dots, drag and drop somewhere. You can see as you're moving, you can bring it to the top. You can see you can drop, you can move them accordingly. You can reshuffle on any of them. Here also you can reshuffle, make the first one the second one the first, and the second the first, just like so. So you can play around with all this as you so wish. So assuming in our own first case, you know, the meeting of the 2nd February has just been carried out. So in part of this to do, we can just check it off. And to check it off, we just click on this box, and you can see it has struck through it that this meeting had been concluded. The next meeting, the upcoming meeting, is on the 16th of February 2023. Now the next thing I want to quickly add is the meeting speakers detail. Okay, and I want to do this in a tabular form. So to add table to this, all you need to do is to press on the /. You can look for table, or you can just go ahead and search for the letter T over here. You just click on table, and you can see right now it has given you a table that is 2 columns by 2 rows. You can add the number of rows by hovering over to the edge of it and click on this plot sign. You can add many more details, many more number of rows. And you can add the same column by coming to the bottom over here. Hovering to the bottom, you can click on this plus sign, and you can see you've added a number of other rows as well. So let's say we can give details like speaker 1, and we can give the name. You can have pathway, you can have level, you can have project title, and then we can have the speech date. So if you like, you can select all these and come over to options over here and click on this option, and you'll be able to make it a header row. Okay, so you enable the header row, and it's going to bold it a little bit. And if you want to have a header column as well, you can enable this. So you have a header row and you have a header column. You can see they've been separated. So you can have speaker 1, speaker 2, and so on, speaker 3, and so on. So you have multiple speakers. You can just arrange them accordingly. So each speaker can put in his name, his pathway program that he's doing, and the level, the project title, and the speech date. So you can just have, you can readjust the sizes also of the cells over here by just selecting, dragging, and dropping. You can just keep dragging to extend, and then you can drag, move around very easily. You can do the same on the columns as well. So this is basically how to create a page. You can see we've just created our own simple page. It's just a Toastmasters Cloud page. It's very simple, but then the idea is for you to get the idea how to bring in a page, how to create a simple page, and to add it to your Notion workspace. So you can see it right now. We've created this page, and you can see you can just navigate around and you can see the content of it. And if you want to add any given page, you can easily add a page within a page if you want. For example, if you want to add, let's say we want to add the fill the form over here, or let's say registration link, registration. So you can select the whole page, just double click to select the page, and it will come all the way here. The text, select all the text, and then you can come all the way here and make it a page. Okay, so you can see it is now a page. When you click on it, you can now be able to have the details of the registration. For example, if you just want to have a simple registration, just filling simple details about yourself, maybe you can just have it in tabular form. You can just click, or you can click on the / and you can have table or something like that. You can just put in the name and pathways. You can put as many details as you want, and you can add as many features as you want on this very page. But at any given point, you can come back to the main page and you can continue with your work over there. So once you click on the registration page, it will take someone to the registration link where it's going to be the registration page where he's going to input his details. But for now, for the very basic, this is how to create a page using Notion. That does it for this tutorial. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. So the next thing is I want to show us some key basic shortcut keys that you can use in Notion. For example, in addition to the / command that you can use to have access to all of the features that we have in Notion, all of the different features that you can bring in, you can have multiple other shortcut keys that you can easily apply and have access to different features. For example, to create a bulleted list, you can just type the star and the space bar to create a bulleted list. You can see you can create multiple bullets. If you just type anything, you can just go ahead and type and get multiple bullets. Another way to create the same multiple bulleted list is you can use the dash and the space bar to create the list, or you can use the plus sign plus the space bar to create the same bulleted list. So these are quick ways to kind of get you to have shortcuts to be able to have access to the different features within Notion. You can have access to other multiple keyboard shortcuts by coming down here to the bottom right. You can click on this question mark sign and you can come to keyboard shortcuts. You can just click over here and you'll be brought to this very place. You have multiple keyboard shortcuts that are very popular. These are the most popular ones. You can just go ahead and use it. And you can have markdown styles. You can see a different bunch of other keyboard shortcuts that you can easily apply on your Notion experience to enhance the edit and move blocks. You can do all these with, you can have commands, different kind of commands. You can see different kind of commands. You can have / commands from the basic ones to the most sophisticated one. You can have very basic keyboard shortcuts that you can easily apply and have them work for you perfectly in Notion. So you can go ahead and apply any one of them. One of the key ones that I like is the column. You can just type the column at any given point to call on the emoji sign. You can just type and then list the emojis and name the emoji you want to call. For example, clapping. And you can see by just using the column sign and clapping, you call on this emoji, and you can see you've just added the clapping sign. So you can move on and put another one. Another one that you can use is you can call on the emoji apple. For example, use the column and then you can type apple and you can see apple just coming up. So you can just select it and you have your apple. So there are various different kind of signs and different kind of emojis that you can use, or different kind of shortcuts that you can bring in to enhance your experience with Notion. I think that does it for this tutorial on how to use shortcut keys. Feel free to go ahead and check out the multiple ones that we have and choose the one that you feel like you can easily use to enhance your productivity in the use of Notion. So that does it for this tutorial. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. So now that we have learned how to add a complete page, like now we have shown how to add this very Postmasters page, we can decide to add sub pages. Okay, there's a way you can add sub pages in Notion, and you can easily navigate around and move within the very Notion page and other sub pages. So for example, this very place, we have too much information. For example, the meeting, the February meeting, the March meeting, we can have the meeting rules explained. Over here, we can have the speaker detail move to another page. You can just click on this and maybe come down here and create another, maybe hit on the / and say heading 1, say speakers details, and we can select all of this and move to the next page, a sub page. You can select and say, we can come over here and say turn into a page in. This is page in page. Okay, so this is page in page, turn into a page in Quinta Valley. So you can just search for Quinta Valley over here. Okay, so you can see Quinta Valley Toastmasters Club. You just select this, and this now becomes a sub page within Quinta Valley. So you can move this one also. You can select from the 6 dot, select and say move to, you can call it speakers detail. Okay, you can see it's speakers detail. You can just click on this, and this table has been moved into this speaker detail, and you can come over here, hit on this small arrow, and you can see speakers detail and registration page, which we've created earlier on. So you can click on speakers detail and you can see speakers details, and then that table that we've just moved down here. So you can see this is very basic on how to create a sub page. You can create another sub page also by coming to the main page, and you can come to this plus sign. You can click to add a sub page. You can just go ahead and type something. For example, we can say the table topic session. Okay, and you can give details. The table topics master takes over the control. You can close on this. For example, we've created another sub page. So you can see we have three different sub pages. So we can have table topic session where we have this, and we can have a registration link where you have this registration page, and then we have the speakers detail where we have this as well. So you can move them easy. You can come all the way and have a look at them, so you can have access to all of them. And one thing you should pay attention to is you can move them and rearrange them according to how you want them to follow. So for example, if I want this table topic session to come first, all I need is just to select, drag, and move it up. And you can see from the blue line, you can select a space. I want to make it to the top. You can see once I release, it becomes the top. And I want speakers details to come down to the bottom, and you can do just that. And you can collapse all this from the main page. So you can see this is how to create a sub page within a particular page. So at any given point, if you want to, for example, you're working on this and you like, because by the time you get to more pages, you've created so many pages, it may become a bit difficult for you to navigate around and go to a particular page. So if you want, you may start a given page so that at any given point you can come back to it. So for example, I may want to start this Quinta Valley Toastmasters Club meeting. I can come over to the start icon over here and just click to just start it, and you can see it has now been added to my list of favorites. You can see it's been added to my list of favorites, and all the other sub pages can be found over here. So all your favorite pages, you can as well find them over here directly. To the 3 dots you have, once you are on a page, you can have these 3 dots. You can click on them and you have the options, a lot of options to deal with. For example, you can change the style of the page. You can select to change the style of the write-up. This is the font style of the entire page. And then this one you can change if you want. So I think I prefer this serif. And then you can make a small text. If you want, you can make a small text. And this right now is centered. You can make it full width from here. You can make the entire page to be full width, but I think the centered is a bit better. And then you can move this entire page to somewhere. Okay. So you can move it to somewhere by just click on move. You may want to customize the page to do other things, or you may want to lock the page to prevent any editing. So anyone working here cannot edit anything. Whoever have access cannot edit. Even you yourself cannot edit until you come back and come to the 3 dots and unlock the page. Then you may be able to add 1 or 2 things and edit. So there are so many things you can do over here. You can remove from the favorites if you want, and you can copy the link. You can duplicate the page. You can open in Mac app if you want directly from here. It will help you to open a desktop app, and you can do and check his page history and other analytics as well from here. And you can import anything. I didn't tell you that earlier on. You can import any media, anything. You can drag it and drop even from your desktop or anywhere. For example, if I want to import any media, I want to add an image, or for this meeting, I may want to add a poster to it, a meeting poster which we have prepared specifically for the meeting. I would like to drag and drop it from my desktop in here. I can just do that. Okay, and you can see it has just entered. So this is about the speech. Well, let's say this is a competition, but just to show you how to import a media into the page that we have just created. So another thing we can take note of is you can convert these different media roles. You can convert them into, now from the toggle list that we have, we can convert them into maybe to-do list. You can select all of them. You can come to this small 6 dot, just click, and you can have the option to turn into a header, a page, or a to-do list. So once you just click on to-do list, it will convert everything into a to-do list. And you can see the timer with the details, and every other thing is now into a to-do list. So you can convert, and you can do vice versa as well. You can go back to the toggle list by just coming to the 6 dots and turn into, and then you can go back to the toggle list. And I think it's much easier and better. You can just select to cover all of them. All right. So this is basically how to move things around, create a sub page and walk around. And you can move these subheadings across. So you can drag anything from the 6 dot. You can drag and move to the top. You can move it very easily like this, or you can take it to the sides, and you can see you can move it now sideways to the top to any location of your choice, up or bottom. You can come down if you want. You can move it to the left side as well, and you can move to the top or bottom as well to any location of your choice. So all up to you, but these are very basic things that you can easily use. So for example, I want to keep it back here. I can just drag and drop it back. Okay, so this is a bit about how to create a sub page within a page, and some other key features that might be quite useful to you in Notion experience. That does it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. So the next thing we'll look at is how to create a database of speakers details from this very page that we've just created. So to create a database, you can just come over down here. You can hit double enter to create this database. It's going to come under the speakers detail. So I can just hit on the / to now search for database, and you can see different kind of database. So now we'll go with database full page. So just click to start database full page. We can give it a name. So this time around, we just put the speakers details. So speakers details, and you can see now we have our fresh database. This might look a little bit confusing, but it's a very simple to use database that we can easily customize to our liking. Let me just take you through how to use it. So this is just a table format. It came in table format. You can add different kind of formats. Later I will show you how to add different kind of formats. But to start with, we can just give it a name. So this is the name of speaker, for example. So you can just put it name of speaker, and then you can have the next one. You can have it as maybe pathways that the speaker is undertaking, and then you can select the type over here. You can just make it a text or a number or a multi-select, or you can give it put a status or person if you want to collaborate with people, or files or media in cases you want to upload other things. You can see different kind of details that you can easily put. But for now, I just want to make it a text, and then these pathways. Next, we can click on the plus sign over here, and you can add something like the status. Okay, so let's say for this pathway, what's the status? You can select the status, and you have to select from the range of status. Yeah, you can see not started, in progress, and done. So you can select at any given point. So you can close on this, and then we can add another one. Adding another one, we can add a date. For example, dates that he's supposed to complete this pathway. So we can go to date, and let's say we have these 4 features that we want to input. So let's put in some values over here. For example, the first speaker is, second speaker is, third speaker is, and the fourth one is. You can add new from here. You can add another one in case if you have many. Can have, and then you can list the pathway programs. For example, leadership development, presentation mastery, effective coaching, and then you can see this one is doing presentation mastery also, and you can have effective coaching over here. So in all of them, they have their various statuses. So you can check on this and check what is the status and leadership development for the team KTPLA. You can see maybe it's in progress, and you can see for myself it's done, and for Idris maybe you can say in progress, and for Shariza you can say not started, and maybe Sandeep, we can say done. So you have these various statuses, and you can see the dates. For example, we can select someone presented on the 4th, the last meeting that we just had, and myself, and to present in the next one, which is on 16th. Most likely, let's say Idris is to present in March, so we just select March 2nd as our next meeting, and then we can have Shariza to present in the next meeting also on the 16th, and then we have Sandeep to present in the second meeting, which is on 16th March or on 2nd March, okay, the next meeting. All right, so these are how the details are arranged. So this might look quite simple because you can see it as an ordinary table, but a database is not a table. It's beyond the table. It has a lot of advantages. For example, what differentiates it with a table is the dynamic nature. For example, you have this calculate at the bottom. You can have how many speakers involved in this speakers detail. So you can say count all, and it will just give you the number of speakers. We have 5 speakers. And you can come over here as well and go to the calculate. You can do the same, count all, and it will give you how many pathway programs. And you can come to the status and do the same. For example, you can come to calculate, but this time around you can see you can do count per group, or you can do percentage per group, and then you can do in progress or complete. So let's say complete, and let's see how many percent have completed. This is 40% of the total students have completed. All right, and then you can do many more. Though this is the date. So depending on you can sort the date based on the earliest date. For example, you can say earliest date, and you will see which one is the earliest date, which is February 2nd, which is the earliest date that a project is completed in this club. So you can see the arrangement. You can do this. This is just a little bit extra, but then you can have other features as well. From here, you can filter by something, by name of speaker. You can filter by date or by status. You can select, say, by name of speaker. You can see, you can filter easily. So you can just search for Dr. Rashid, and you can see now Dr. Rashid, and by doctor you can see Rashid and Idris. So these are the two that you are just able to see. You can delete this filter if you want. Then you can come down to the same filter, and you can say filter by pathways. So let's say leadership development, and you can see this is leadership development, and you can see who is in charge of leadership in doing leadership development is DTM Katie Pillai. So if you want to remove that filter, you can come to these 3 dots, delete filter. So what this means is even the entries as per students or speakers is not ordinary speakers, okay? Because when you hover over any speaker, you can see this open sign, okay? When you click on it, it will open a complete page for you. This is where you have the pathways, the date, the status, and you're free to add in other features as well. You can add an icon if you want. So this is Katie Pillai, and you can come over here and say put something that can designate speaking, or something related to public speaking. For example, something like this. You can put in something like this as an icon, and then you can add a cover if you want. So the default cover takes over. But then if you want to change it, you can change, or if you want to reposition, you can reposition as well. So you can put in a lot of detail. So this is in essence another page that is open for you completely in the name of speakers. You can navigate over any of them, and you can click to have the very basic details. You can add the icon also. You can add cover as well, and then you can add other properties as well. From this click, you can add a text, you can add a number, you can add a select. You can add other features as well. Even media you can add directly. You can add font details, you can add formulas, emails, and all that, and even website URLs. You can add all that directly. And then you can add comments, and you specify who is commenting. You can change, you can see you are the one now commenting, and you can attach details, you can attach files, you can tag people when you want to work with multiple people with this detail, and you can start anything here. You can share, you can do many more things from here. This is basically about the database. You can add other views to it. You can sort by ascending or descending order. Ascending or descending order. You can put it in ascending or descending order. You can do all the sorting. You can come over here and just search directly. For example, you are looking for Shariza, and you can see it very easily popping up. Okay, so this is one of the advantages of database. So you can close on this, and you can come to these 3 dots. You can check out layout. You can check out the layout. You can check the different layouts. Right now is a table view. You can make it board view. And you can see everything now arranged in this form. When you click on any, you will now see that particular page opening on its own. You can click on Sandeep and you see the same thing. Click on Dr. Rashid and you see the same thing. So this is the view. You can now come over to the same three dots and you can check out the layout. You can change the layout also to something else. So let's say you want to add another view to this. Right now is the board view. You can change it to layout. You can make it to table view. So this table view, maybe when you want to add the board view to it, you can come to this plus sign, and click, and you can come to add the board view, and you can see it now added as a view. You can see it now. This is the board view. You can click on anything like I've explained, and you see the details of the speakers in terms of pages. So you can add another view also. If you want, you can click, you can add, maybe let's say you want to add calendar view. You can just click to add calendar view, and now you click out. Let's see, this is calendar view, and you can see all the speakers, the different speakers that we have. And when you click on any, you will be able to see the details of that particular speaker. Okay, so very, very easy and nice to navigate around. So this is the view. And another good thing about this database thing is you can easily navigate around to have the view of different features, the table, the board view, and the calendar view. And you can equally have the same view from the edges over here. So because everything is under the speaker's details, you can click on this small arrow, and you will be able to have access to the table, to the board view, and to the calendar view. So because now you can see that the database has the power to contain quite a lot of things, a lot of features, a lot of details in terms of page creation. Everything is formed under a sub page, or everything is formed under a given category of a page. So this is basically how to add database within your page that we've created in Notion. I think that does it for this tutorial. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Alright, so the next thing that I want to show you is how to import media into this page that you're working on. So for example, at the bottom of this page, we can import a media from the slide bar over here. You can come to import, okay, to import from Word document, from Markdown, from HTML, and many more other sources. For example, you can click on this import, and you'll be prompted to these very different platforms from Evernote, Trello, Asana, CSV, Confluence, HTML, Word, and Google Docs. You can import document from all of these different platforms. So for now, let's say we want to import a Word document. So we'll click on Word document, and you can navigate around to wherever we have those documents saved. For example, in my own case, I have it saved in this is a .docs file. You can just select it, and you can come all the way and click on upload, and it's going to upload this file into the page. Okay, so you can see right now we've uploaded this Word document. One thing you should pay attention to is that any update that you make from this document will not go back and update on the original document. So this is solely on Notion platform. If you make any updates from here, it stays only on Notion platforms and it's not connected to the other document in the main computer. So when you check around, you can see it. This is skills, what we've just imported. You can see it at the top here. You can drag and drop it to the bottom of the page that we have, so you can have it as a simple location within this particular page that we've just created. So when we collapse everything, it collapses with it, so you can see it over here. And if you want, you can import other documents as well, maybe the CSV file. You can just click and come over here and say CSV, and then you can navigate wherever you have that CSV file saved. Okay, and you can bring it in. So you can bring in files of different format. Once it is aligned with some of these features, some of these platforms, you can easily connect and bring in those files. For example, Trello, you can easily navigate and log in to do a Trello account, and it's directly going to import all your Trello formats. You can log into your Trello account, then you can bring it in into this very page, so you can have a Trello database also connected with this very platform. This is basically how to add a media into the web page, into the page that we've just created. The next thing is we learn how to add maps to our meetings. Okay, so we kind of stated all the details of our meeting and of our club over here, and we forgot to capture the exact map location of our club. So we can add the map at the bottom over here. So you can just come all the way down here, and you can come and use the /, and then you can just add map. You can just type map /map, and to bring you over here, you can embed a map by just selecting this map. Then you can put in the location, website URL of that particular location that you are targeting. So we'll just paste in our location and say embed map, and you can see it's going to embed directly our map. So this is Kinta Valley Toastmasters Club, and this is the exact location. This is 270 A2 Wisma Fuyet, Jalan Sultan Iskandar, this much, and this is in Perak, Malaysia. So you can click on this and you see this is Kinta Valley Toastmasters Club. So this is the exact location. If you want to go to Kinta Valley Toastmasters Club, this is how to just add the location very easily and nice. And you can move it up or down accordingly. You can move it to any location of your choice. So but here we can just add a text. We can put in the / and just say this is heading 2. Then we can map of, okay, it's a map of our club or club location. You can just see it up very easy. Map of our club, or we can say club address as far below. So I think that does it for this tutorial. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Alright, so the next thing we're going to learn is how to add columns within a particular page that you've created in Notion. Okay, so to add a column, let's take a look at one of our pages that we've just created, sub-pages that we've created. For example, this registration page. We can just come all the way and just press on the / and maybe add a to-do list. For example, we can say this is a test speaker 1. For example, we can add another one, test speaker 2. And you can see them arranged in one column. If you want to have them in multiple columns, all you need to do is to hover over one of the bulleted lists, and just click on these 6 dots and just drag and move it to the edge just like so, and drop it. When you get to the side, you just drop it, and you can see you form another column. Now you can come back here and hit on enter, and you can type in another thing. For example, test speaker 3, and you can have another one, test speaker 4, and you can drag and move them around from the 6 dot also to the same column. You can send them to the same column, or you can add another column separately by taking it to the edge just like so, and you can see it automatically adjusts. So this is basically how to add columns to your Notion page that you are working on. If you want to add colors to it, okay, you can put in color to stay different or to just make it look a little bit different from others. You can select, for example, from the 6 dot, you just click, and you can have the option to add color directly from here. And you have a range of colors, and you have background colors from here. So let's say I'm going with red or pink color, and then I can select this one, come over here and add another different color to just make it stand out a little bit. I can put in orange color. You can come over here, you can select this 6 dot, come to color, and you can add another color like the default, or you can go with some like yellow color. So this is how to very basically add columns and then colors to your pages or sub pages within Notion. I think that does it for this tutorial. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. The next thing is I'd like to show you how to share your document and collaborate with your friends or your team members from the same co-working space, or maybe outside somewhere else. You can work together on the same page that you've created. So to share your document or to share a particular page, the complete page, you can come to that particular page and share directly using this share icon. One thing you should pay attention to, if you share from the whole page here, that person you are sharing with can have access to all your sub pages, except if you've decided to show otherwise. But you can have access to the entire sub pages that you have under this particular main page. To share, you can just click on that page. You can come to the share icon over here and just click on share, and you have the option to invite people through their email address. So you can click and just type the email address directly. For example, epicmentorship1@gmail.com. I want to share this work with these guys. So you just select, and you can select directly to invite, and you can see we've just added Epic Mentorship. You can control the access that he's going to have. Right now he has full access. You can let him just only edit, can only edit, or you can comment only, or you can view only without other features, or you can have full access at this time, at this point. So you can specify which kind of access you want him to have directly. If you don't want him to edit, you can just view. You can just set the control from here. If you want it to edit, or you want him to have the full access, you can set all that from here as well. Alternatively, from the share icon, you can share to the web also. If you want, you can enable this, and you'll be able to have the link that you can share with people. Okay, you can publish the entire page as a web page, which you can share with your fellow speakers in the club or club members, so they can easily have access to all these features the date, the meeting schedules, and they can even add themselves as speakers. So for now, we've invited Epic Mentorship, and you can see from here that it's Epic Digital Academy and the Epic Mentorship that are working on this same page. So if you go back to Epic Mentorship's page, for example, here, Epic Digital Academy invited you to collaborate on this, so you can click and you can accept. So while you're working, you can tag Epic Digital Academy on some tasks and ask him to fill up. So for example, here you're working on this, and at this point you may want to add a comment. You just select, you have to add a comment, and you can now tag. Okay, you can say at Epic Digital Academy, at Epic Mentorship, please add the details of the general evaluator for the meeting. Okay, and you just hit on enter to just send in. If you have any attachment, you can attach. But right now we've created a case, so let's look at this from the Epic Digital Academics page, because we've shared with him this page. Okay, so as Epic Mentorship, you will be able to come over here, come to this page. You can come down here and you can see the comment by Epic Digital Academy tagging you, so you can just go ahead and click to reply. Okay, so you can say done, adding the name, for example, and just hit on enter, and you can see Epic Mentorship have done adding the name because you are working on the same page. So you can come back to Epic Digital Academy and you can see the comment that Epic Mentorship had just made. So because Epic Mentorship is also working on the same page, that's why you see this color, fully color. The other time when it's not working, when it's not on that page, you will see it grayed in color. So that's how to show when he's actively working on the same page with you. And then right now that he has done it, he has added the name that I've asked him to add. So you can just click on this to resolve the case, and you can see right now everything is resolved. If you want to see this comment or something like a history of that comment, you can come to comments over here, and right now you will see this is open comments because you've resolved all the comments. You can only see resolved comment from here, and you see the conversation that we have with Epic Mentorship over here. And alternatively, you can also close on this. Then you come to settings and members, and you'll be able to see how many guests you've added. You can see you've added Epic Mentorship. You can come to this access level, you click on this, and you see you have access, or you give access to Kinta Valley Toastmasters Club to Epic Mentorship. So Epic Mentorship can do all this, and then you can convert to admin. If you want to convert Epic Mentorship to be an admin in this very page, you can do that. Or if you want to remove him, you can easily remove him as you so wish. Okay, so you can easily remove Epic Mentorship from this access that you've just given him. So this is how to share your document and collaboratively work with others. And you can see any updates that you've made from here. You can see the updates that you've just made. Epic Mentorship and Epic Digital Academy have made a comment on this. And the good thing from these updates is you can easily send a reply directly from here. You can reply to Epic Mentorship on what he has said. You say done adding the name. You can easily reply and put in other things directly from here. So this is very easy way to kind of navigate around and see what is happening directly within the page. So another way you can do the sharing is you can also go ahead and create a web page, share to the web, like I have just explained. You can click on this to share to the web, and then you can copy the link. So when you share this link through your email with your followers or with your club members, they'll be able to have full access and be able to do other things as regards this very page that we've created. So let's go back here and let's create a fresh page, and let's paste that link that you've just copied, and you'll be able to see what you will have access to. So this is the page that we just created. Give access to your club members, and you can see the complete page show, and it's just loaded just like that. So members can go ahead and do other things. They can just not just edit, but they can add the details, or they can work on it as you so wish, as you've specified. Whatever you want them to do, they'll be able to do from here using that very link that you've just created. And you can specify the access level of that link. So once you're here, you've shared with them on this the link. Okay, you can give the show link options. You can click and you see what kind of actions you want to give to them. You can allow to duplicate as templates. You can allow comments from here, and you can allow editing from here. For those members who have this link, they can edit, they can comment, and they can save this as templates. So this is basically how to add, how to share and collaboratively work with others within the same platform called Notion. It's very easy to connect and navigate and work together as a team in Notion. Alright, so that was a quick overview of how to use Notion for complete beginners. And I am sure you will agree with me that Notion is a very powerful software that you can use to enhance your productivity, connect with your coworkers, and collaboratively work together, and even create databases that can be quite useful for your own tasks management in your workplace and in schools or wherever you find yourself. So thank you for watching up to this point. And to watch more videos like this, please consider subscribing to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.